Welcome back, everybody. All right, so there's so many different kinds of wine glasses, martini glasses, etc. Let's take a look at a couple of them. Let's take a look at a champagne glass. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and delete that there. I'm going to go push create. I'm going to add in a cylinder. We'll make it 64 vertices like before. We'll scale this down along the Z axis, just something like that here. Maybe scale it down just a bit. And we'll go and we'll tab into edit mode and we'll select the face here, push E to extrude, scale it in. And I'm going to make this a much shallower approach like that here. And so if I push in 3, you can see that that looks, if you were to go back to the last tutorial, you'll see that there's quite a bit of a difference. I'm going to push E to extrude, right click, and then this is going to be our base. Okay, and I'll take a look at 3. That's probably maybe a little smaller, maybe about this big, and I'll scale it out just a bit. Okay, because they tend to do that. All right, E to extrude along the Z-axis. I'll just give that one little buffer there, and I'm going to push E to extrude maybe about this much. I'm going to scale it out just a bit. E to extrude. That's a bit too much. Move that down. Scale it out. E to extrude. Scale that out, and maybe one more, and scale that out. Something like this. Now this part's going to be really simple. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to push E to extrude and I'm going to move it all the way up like that. And that's pretty much what a champagne glass does. Now, sometimes, if we just take a look at 3, believe it or not, they actually scale it in just a bit. The glass, something like that. It looks a little bit cooler, and I'm just going to give one little extra buffer there. I'm going to move that up there, and actually that looks pretty cool. Let's select this face here, push X to delete the face. Select edge select, Alt plus right mouse button, E to extrude, right click, scale that in, and we'll make this one, yeah, it doesn't really matter how much, but actually what we'll do is we'll just scale it like this. Alright, and then we'll push E to extrude, scale it along the Z axis, and we'll make sure that we go farther than we need to. We'll scale that in just a bit though. So there's too much, and then there's just right. I think that should work. Okay. Actually, I'm just going to undo all of that here. I'm going to push E to extrude, and I'm going to make sure it locks to the Z axis there. All right. I'm going to scale that in just a bit. Yeah, scale in just a bit more. There we go. And then just simply push face. And there we go. We have this nice little champagne glass, as it were. And then we can also scale that down to size, which this is more like a champagne glass. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.